Hello everyone, I'm Sachin Kalia. Welcome to my channel Cloud Pipers. Today I'll be explaining you a bit about network voucher within Azure. So if I say about network voucher, as its name states, it monitors and diagnoses your network and provide a real-time information about packet capturing, IP flow, connection monitor for a URL, IP address, or a fully qualified domain name. So let's see all of those things into an action and how can you utilize for your own purpose. So here I do have network voucher, mm, though you can find from here network voucher as you can see we do have, right? Once I click here, Once I click here, it opens a new window, right? And here into the overview section, what you have to do under your subscription, right? Where, as you can see, there are various reasons. But for my own purpose, I have enabled it for East US, right? So I will be performing certain operation onto the East US. The same way you can go ahead and enable it from here. So this is the prerequisite prior to moving ahead. So going back to the network voucher, so I'll be targeting onto the IP flow verify. What it does, it identifies and verifies your network flow from one IP address to another IP address. In my video demonstration, I'll be demonstrating you specifying a target virtual machine with a associated network security group and that run an inbound and outbound packet to see if it allows access or not, right? So for the same purpose, I do have a subscription, and under that we do have resource group, which is Piperagi, and there is a virtual machine, and of course network interface is associated with that, and further which has a network security group. So let's verify one thing. As we do have inbound rule, so this is my virtual machine IP address. I want to verify it whether any access from the outer internet is allowed or not. So for that purpose, I do have my IP address here. I have copied that, right? So let me paste it here and let's see whether does it allow or not. So it will take couple of seconds, generally 10 to 20 seconds to identify whether there is a communication or not. If it is not there, then it tells the what rule is denying those things. So as you can see, access is denied, and the security rule which is restricting it deny all inbound, and it is defined within our NSG, which is associated with our virtual machine. The same way, if we identify for outbound rule and click it again to check that, so it should show because by default each virtual machine can be reachable to outer world, and like as you can see the security rule which allows this allow internet outbound. So let's create a one rule to restrict this what it has been allowed already, but let's create a one rule under within our NSG to restrict this access. And going back to my screen at the home, right, going to my virtual machine. Once it opens, we'll reach to networking section where I'll be choosing network security group rules. As you can see, we do have plenty of rules already defined, and these were which, if I jump into the outbound rule, then this was the rule which was allowing virtual machine to access internet, right? So let me create one outbound rule which will override this one and will try to deny all traffic which goes towards internet. So source can be as per your need. You can define a specific IP address. For now, I am keeping it any. The source port range. you can define within this range as it is mentioned. And the same way, I'll be opting in service tags where there are plenty of options, but from now I'll go with internet because I want to deny an access. The destination port again, I'll be keeping it star, right? Any protocol and deny this, deny internet. The same way I'm copying it and pasting it here. You can set your property or priority. The lowest the priority is, higher the precedence will be, right? So I have kept 110 for now, and it will override this rule. And it's once it will be showing here, then we will try to jump in back into the network watcher and will identify whether does it allow the same access we were performing for the outbound rule. It has been created and it should reflect here, right? Generally may take few, yeah, it has started showing here, right? So going back to the network watcher now, the same thing, outbound rule is there, right? Configuration are intact for now, right? So verifying it whether does it allow or not. For now, I'm assuming that it should show us that it has been restricted since we applied a new NSG rule within our network security group. The result has been published and it is showing that now the access to the outer world has been denied, and reason behind the security rule which was implemented by us, it is deny internet, and the network security group, it comes under this network security group. So without logging in to your virtual machine, you can easily identify that what IP address ranges are reachable from your virtual machine or not. So this is a bit about how can you utilize network watcher to trace your IP flow. The same way you can go ahead with connection monitor and other things. So what connection monitor does, you can set any, for now, let me quickly give you a glimpse about this. So monitor block, whether it is reachable or not, the virtual machine will be Piper VM, specify manually URI, FQDN or IP address. For now, let me check my blob, which is, so here I do have, this is my blog. Once I click here, then let me copy it, and so once you select this, it automatically, it has it has chosen the default port for now. S- Though if you go with HTTPS, then it should opt 443. The advanced setting is all about the default, the probing interval. So it will be pinging in after each 60 seconds. So once we have added this, so it should reflect here. And once we click on that, after reflecting this, once we click on that, it generally tells us the what are the topology view and how much time does it take to ping that and get a response from within milliseconds. So it should not take couple of more seconds. Yeah, it has started reflecting here. As you can see, the destination port is .NET-piper.com. Once I click here and it opens a small box at the bottom of the screen. So it will load all those stuffs relevant to no connectivity data available generally. But for the storage which I have created earlier for my own purpose, where I am targeting a specific storage blob, right? So it should populate certain information from there as well in order to see whether this is unreachable. it is stating that this is unreachable, which is plenty good information. And earlier it was reaching, as you can see that it used to take almost 1 millisecond, right, during this 2:15 today, and it was working anticipated around 2:33 and was taking almost 1.5 millisecond. But later on, it started failing, and the prob fail network watcher East US storage monitoring is denying, right? So the topology view, if you want to see, then it brings a topology view for you as well. Yeah, as you can see, there is something wrong at the virtual machine level, and once it is trying to communicate within internet, which is my storage account, right? So this is how, if there are various hops, then it states all those hops in between as well, right? So I hope you would have understood this fact and how can you utilize within a minimal time frame in order to identify or in order to diagnose whether your virtual machine or any specific FQDN is reachable through this or not. So thank you for watching. If it helps you somewhere, and kindly subscribe my channel for the more videos demonstration. I'll be publishing few more within couple of days as well. Thank you so much.